Yo, this your girl DW Says.
What's poppin', y'all? It's your girl Talia.
And we are The Says, where we'll bring you the latest trending news and raw discussion. On top of that, we gotta support someone you know.
Hey.
I know Talia's gonna give you a better introduction, but I was gonna, give them all the background because you know what I'm saying. We got what you mean? Go ahead, shorty. Listen, we got a special guest in the building. We got a special guest in the building by the name of, y'all might know her on Instagram. It's something about MJ. I met MJ on Cliff Notes Radio.
Yep.
And MJ branched out and started doing her own thing called Support the Homies Marketplace, right? That's all you, right? So listen, give it up to a young boss in the making. Hey. You know what I'm saying? Got a little something going on this weekend that I'm trying to go to. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna let her introduce the details. But everybody, give it up for MJ. Thank you for coming through. Yeah. Support someone you know. We got the MJ in here. MJ, tell us a little bit about I'm tired of doing that. So usually we go in here and tell people how our week was. Mm-hmm. So let's start.
Bring that back.
Some structure. Yeah, because week's been shitty. But I do want to catch the footage of you telling us a little bit about yourself before I just go on and waste the whole first 10 minutes because motherfuckers haven't subscribed yet. So I need the first 1,000 subscribers. Like, listen, if you want longer videos, I need 1,000 subscribers to go ahead and I can post the full audio, the full video, and all that. We can do the damn thing. Yeah, that don't mean I really want to edit the shit, but I'm gonna do it if I get the 1,000 subscribers. You feel me? So let's do it. And I ain't gotta rush the conversation in the first 10 minutes. So yeah, we gonna start. I said we was gonna start telling people how our week was. I lied. We gonna get a little bit of information on you, and then we gonna tell people how our week was. So tell us a little bit about you, MJ.
Okay, so where do I start? Founder of Push Experience LA.
Shout out.
And T is actually our event supervisor for Push Experience LA. And I started the platform about 2 years ago.
What is Push before
the acronym stands for Positive Underground Social House. Okay. So I kind of wanted to create a space that was a safe space for creatives, entrepreneurs, young professionals in LA, and kind of cultivate live events that I felt like were of substance. And we started out with Support the Homies Marketplace. Yeah. Which, the brand within itself really is self-explanatory and really trying to exercise group economics and not just people just showing up, but actually spending money with the vendors and the entrepreneurs. And because we all know somebody who's creative, we all know somebody who is trying, especially out in LA. So I thought it would be really dope to bring people under one roof and make it more organic, right? And then also push the idea of financial support, right?
Yeah. I actually got a chance to go to, how many have you had so far?
The marketplace.
That was your first one?
No, that was not our first one.
Oh, because I was about to say, that was
thank you. Yeah, it's grown. One. Yeah, so it's definitely grown. So the marketplace, that was our third installment.
Okay, so I got to go to the third installment, and when I saw it, I was like, damn, this. All right, she doing it for real. I was like, she ain't bullshit.
That was the first event I worked to.
They gave me I was like, made me respect you more. I'm like, she ain't just talking about it. I respect that. So on top of that, when the performances came on, because you had a segment where you let artists come on and support, all I thought about, well, not support but perform. All I kept thinking about is, damn, I got a homie there, tear this shit up right here. And I was like, damn, and I could plug him in with MJ. So
exactly.
It can only get bigger and better. You know what I mean? So that shit was lit. But coming from a person that really don't like to go out and stuff, because I'm becoming an introvert and shit.
You know what? And that's another thing is I'm naturally introverted.
Yeah,
so when I wanted to create. When I thought about creating spaces, I wanted to create a space that I knew I would feel comfortable in, somebody who's more of a homebody and laid back. So if the people showed up, I wanted them to feel like family, like it was like a room full of cousins, no matter what type of event we're having. And then the second event installation, the Lockout, that was kind of I was thinking, what would it feel like if 25-something-year-olds would be at a party and we play all the music that we grew up to.
Right.
And there was no VIP, no hills, no Hollywood fluff, none of that. What if we stripped
just like
all of that?
High school shit.
Exactly,
back in the day,
where you would just show up, sweat your hair out, and not give a fuck, right?
No
so that's exactly what I was thinking
chilling.
about, like, that's a party that I would want to attend. So I often think about people who have like my type of personality, where they're more extroverted with people they feel comfortable with, and then also taking away that cliquish vibe in the events where some people are over here and some people are over here.
See, and it really is like that too at the event.
Yeah.
Like everybody is just like a community, and that's what I love about it.
I like what you just said.
Together.
Yeah, I like what you just said about like you thought about what you would like, and you imagine other people thought about, like, that's how I feel about this podcast. I really don't give a fuck about the videos, because like how I consume my podcast is audio. I love Joe Budden podcast. I can't sit and watch that shit a day in my life.
Right.
I can listen to Breakfast Club audio, and I can actually watch that shit. But I really love Joe Budden podcast, but you can't pay me to watch that shit. And I'll just be like, audio is more important, because you can do so much more than sitting around and, you know, watching, staying still and trying to get people, you know, features
Trying to get their
and shit.
attention.
Yeah. So I like what you said, because like I thought it was just me that be like, nah, man, I'm thinking about consumers that think like me. So I
feel like there's nothing wrong with putting yourself in the forefront of your brand, because the thing is, if I don't like my own events, then I'm not going to feel passionate about it. So you know what I'm saying? Like when I go certain places and I go to support people, but if I'm in a room full of people and I feel like I'm alone or lonely in there, then that's really not the environment for me.
Right.
So I think it's all about setting intention. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like with the marketplace, it's more so I'm floating around, engaging with people, and then with the lockout, you want to see the founder, you want to see the staff, you want to be close up to the people, because you go to clubs and shit and you don't know who the promoter is, who the founder is, none of that, because they're just trying to get your they're usually on stage or, you know, doing some Hollywood shit, and it's like what it's really about is the people.
You got 10 girls with you, got 10 girls with you.
Oh yeah, off top.
Like no,
off top.
Just pay my
Which
money
there's
up
nothing, I don't want to shit on anybody, because some people find it, you know, when I talk about promoters and stuff like that, they might find it offensive, but it's like, you really have to, and then another thing is, when it comes to like promoters, they have to remember that they are promoting someone else's shit. So ultimately you're trying to meet a quota for somebody else. Whereas when you take care of people and you make them feel a certain way, they'll come back to your events off top based on how you made them feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been meaning to catch a lockout.
Make them feel.
Yeah, I've been meaning to catch a lockout, but like I said, like I'm a homebody, bro. I ain't got time.
You gotta
bro.
come to the 90s.
Yeah, I'm trying to go to the Freaknik. Hopefully my spirits are better. I do plan on going.
This will make your spirits better, girl. It's about to be fun.
Yeah, girl, because that bitch is going through it.
You definitely need to come there, because this is like the perfect time right now to. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be live in there. It's gonna be live.
I need a rebound.
And it's popping in there.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's like,
ladies, keep the hygiene on check. You feel me? I know we're in high school. In high school, we ain't really know about hygiene.
They
like that.
better keep it in check.
20 somethings now, 30 somethings.
Yeah, you know, do it big then.
Check
I have no problem telling y'all.
Tell us about the lockout when it's coming up and stuff, and remind us at the end of the episode too. But go ahead and
so the next lockout is April 26th. And yeah, it's just a 90s vibe, and the theme for it is Freaknik. And I thought that I've always been kind of obsessed with like different eras, and the Freaknik was originally in, I believe, like the late 80s, early 90s. It went up to like 94 and 96, and that was really the era for Black colleges. It began in Atlanta as like a spring break. Yeah, it started in Atlanta, and it was for HBCUs, the people who actually lived in ATL. They didn't have anywhere to go for spring break, so they came up with the Freaknik Picnic, and people pretty much messed up the name of it and started calling it Freaknik. So they.
I just wanna freak my